Hello Stampers, this is Super Awesome Stamper Shirley Merker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Wisconsin, USA. In this video, I will show you how to create this hand stamp greeting card featuring the Hello Ladybug stamp set and the Ladybug Builder punch. It's part of my bundle bonus program where if you purchase the designated bundle, you'll get a PDF full of project ideas and YouTube video links to go with it. So let's get started. I am featuring the pattern paper from the Hues of Happiness package. So here are the patterns included in the package. So front side, back side is showing. And all of these gorgeous prints. And several of the patterns feature this ombre look, or going across the rainbow. Back side of that one. This one's very pretty with all the blues and the pinks. And then the pattern paper that I chose to use is the back side of that one. So I'll be punching off of there. And then this pattern here. And I decided to focus on the pinks and the purples here. You can certainly make this card up using the other hues and this print. So my inside is just 1/6 of an 8.5 by 11 piece of basic white. So you make your inside piece whatever size you'd like. I'm using the gorgeous grape ink pad. And then the stamp sets from the Hello Ladybug stamp set. And I have the little dots for the back, the flowers, and the sentiment that I need to stamp. So let's get the inside done. Since it had the trio of flowers in the stamp set, I decided to use it as the inside embellishment because it kind of mimics the flower petals in the pattern of paper that I'm using for the background there. All right, so then I went ahead and die cut some labels. These are from the seasonal labels dies. So I cut the larger die using the gorgeous grape cardstock, and then the smaller die is the back side of that floral print. And I decided not to make the label using basic white because although the color inside or in between all the flowers is white, it's kind of an off-white. It's not the optic bright white that basic white is. So I felt that was too much of a contrast to have this inside label be basic white. So that's why I looked at the pattern paper to see what I had for options. And I flipped this around. It kind of looked like I cut that off, but I didn't. It was just the shadow effect. All right, so ink that up. And I am stamping on the paper piercing mat because you get a better chance of transferring the ink to the paper when you're on that paper piercing mat when you're using the photopolymer stamp sets. All right, before I move on to the last thing that I have to punch, I need to bring this pattern back. And we need to punch the wings. So again, I wanted the pinkish purplish hues. So I'm just punching off the wings right there. And pulling back in my dots. And just eyeballing that over the wings. And I have done all my inking, so I'll close my ink pad up. Again, that was gorgeous grape. And I can get rid of my paper piercing mat. And punch. We need to punch a gorgeous grape body. Now take care you make sure you get your antennae punched. It's kind of hard for me to see with dark cardstock. Make sure I'm not punching off the end there. I miss getting the antennae. Okay, so let's pull in my card kit. And before I do that, I just wanted to point out the die cut shapes come from the seasonal labels dies. Here's the seasonal labels. It coordinates with 2 stamp sets in the catalog, and I have one of the stamp sets, the Christmas season. So you can see the foliage that coordinates with that die set. Okay, let's get to assemble a few things. Now, when you cut your pattern paper down to 2 pieces, you may have a little bit of a strip left. So what I did with that strip is I just cut it in half the long way. I'm going to tuck it at the top of the inside. And that's just so that I don't have any waste in my scrap bin. And for this one, I'm going to turn it around and have the purple be on the left. Just layer that over the pattern paper. Okay, next up, I've got a garden green cardstock piece. So my idea was that the cardstock would go the full length of the height of the card. So it measures 3.5 inches to 5.5 inches, or 7.6 to 14.8 centimeters. I'm going to move it a little bit over to the left. I'm not going to center it on the card, just add another little detail. So we've got a thin strip of Gorgeous Grape with a thin strip of garden green. Here's my pattern paper. This measures 3 by 5.5 inches, or 8.8 by 14.8 centimeters. So I'm going to flip it. I'm going to have the purple flowers on the left for the card I am demonstrating. And again, a little narrow strip of garden green there, a larger piece there, just to add interest. Now, pull in my embellishments. I've got this old olive twill. It comes in a combination with a Sahara sand ribbon, and I wanted it to go all the way across. It kind of forms a nice little belly band. Adds visual interest, kind of brings your eye across the card. Put my glue, my tape runner towards the edge so that I can wrap my ribbon around. Oop, get my fingers stuck there. And just grab your scissors and cut it off. Now, just for extra insurance, because obviously there's no adhesive over the ribbon, just to make sure this tag stays on the card, I'm going to put some tear and tape over the back side of the ribbon. All right, and then just layer it towards this bottom right, leaving a little bit of that garden green showing on that right side, making sure it's the same amount is showing. It's not at an angle. All right, next is layering up our bumblebee. Not our bumblebee, our ladybug. So I decided to use our fun flower shapes and put the smallest flower behind the antennae. I wanted to make sure, though, the antennae are not kind of flouncing around. So what I am doing is cutting a mini dimensional in half and then cutting it again into about 3 and placing the little pieces on the back side. Oh, that's where that one went. And that's so that I'm cutting them down because they are too big whole. I don't want them to be seen sticking out of the flower shape. There we go. And take off the backer sheet. That one's already off. Okay. All right, before I flip that back over, let's do a mini one there and a big one there. And then place it over the ribbon a little bit. So make sure the wings are not off the edge of the card. Wings will go there. So for the wings, I don't want to rip them. Just going to put a little bit of, since they're punched in designer series paper and they're a delicate little punch, putting tape runner on it, I might rip it in half. So using the green glue is a good alternative. Okay, now our fun resin shapes come in, fun flowers resin shapes come in 5 different colors in package. And ones are so cute. One on each little antennae. Okay, and then the regular shape, the larger size at the top of the tag. And there's our card. So I hope you enjoyed creating it with me. It uses the Hello Ladybug stamp set and the Ladybug Builder punch. I'm going to do a quick catalog tour and show you where I got all the products from that I used to create this card. So page 30 features the stamp set. This is our annual catalog, 2022 to 2023. Here is the coordinating stamp set for the die set that I used for the tags. Here's the second coordinating stamp set for the die set that I used for the tags. Gorgeous Grape pattern paper. Garden Green is part of the Regals collection. And then some basic white for the inside of the card. The glues that I used today would have been the Stampin' Seal and the Tombow glue and the tear and tape and the mini dimensionals, which are number 2. The pattern paper I use is on page 132. It's the Hues of Happiness. You can see all of the fabulous prints right there. And the Fun Flowers resin shapes are on page 141. The ribbon I used is the Old Olive and Sahara Sand Twill Combo Ribbon, page 145. And the Ladybug Builder punch is right here on page 154. And then the stamp, or the die set, is the Seasonal Labels dies right there on page 174. All right, thank you for stamping with me today. If you purchase the bundle from me, the Hello Ladybug stamp set and the Ladybug Builder punch, I will email you the PDF idea file showing you several different ways to use your Hello Ladybug stamp set and the Lady Builder punch. So I'll be looking for your email with that PDF file attached. Hope you have a great day, and we'll stamp with you soon. Bye.